Welcome to this video about the Nubia Z50S Pro and MyOS 13. So let's get started. So in this video I want to show you MyOS 13 here running on the Nubia Z50S Pro, and as you can see here we have nice animation, nice unlocking animations and nice closing animation as well. But besides that, what can you do with MyOS? What are the adjustments? What are the settings that you can take a look at? We will take a look at almost everything here on the operating system, so it will be a little bit of a longer video. I will put, of course, in the timeline some of the most important steps in there in regards to the settings. Otherwise, just feel free to ask in the comment section what you think about this one. Let's start with the screen capture. Let's check out first the customization options of this device of MyOS 13. We just go to the settings and we go to personalization settings, and here we have various different options that we can choose. First of all, the theme, which we have Nubia Classic and Android, but we can also download a lot of themes. I can click on more and this will open up the theming app, and the theme apps allows me to download recommended themes, rankings, categories and local themes. And you can see here they're free, they're charged, and the new ones here as well. It's loading. Let's go into the free ones and we can download lots of themes here. We can even search for specific themes, which is quite cool. Let's go back here and let's check out wallpaper. We have various different wallpapers that we can check out. We have recently used wallpapers, downloaded wallpapers of course, and we have space-time ones. We have the possibility to download the Earth, what I have currently. We have this nice animation that is running and when I'm unlocking the screen, so it's a whole basically super wallpaper, how Xiaomi will call it here. It's called differently. We can download other planets as well if we want to, and we have various different other wallpapers here, AI wallpapers that change their skin and lighting depending on your daylight right now, and various different other wallpapers that you can see here. Lots and lots of customizations and wallpapers, live wallpapers like those here of the universe, for example, which are quite nice. Natural scenery, aerial and landform, and we can get even more ones from our theme app. Then we have lock screen settings where we can set up our lock screen, like the time and clock, how it's showing up there, analog clocks, digital clocks, whatever you like to have. We can show a pedometer, so how many steps per day you did, or until now. We can show a dual clock if we have 2 time zones, and even a signature on the lock screen if you want to. Then we can even change the app icons. Quite interesting, because we can change the form of those app icons to whatever we like. Even Selfish S-like icons are possible here, as you can see, which is quite nice. And beautify third-party app icons as well. So this is possible here to whatever form we like to have. We can apply this as well. We have the super lock option, which allows us to set a special like super lock option. You can see here walking and assisted mounting, climbing. It will change AOD effects and locks images in real time, and we have 3 of them here. I don't think there's a possibility to have this somehow update over mobile data. Yes, but there's no possibility to have more updates to this right now. We have animations, because we can also set the animation speed to slow or fast, or leave it at default. We have colors and shapes, so here we have all the possibilities to change the shapes of certain icons. As you can see here, the default one is round shapes, and we can change it to whatever we want, like different shapes here as well. Just like with the icons, we can change the shape here as well, of various different, to personalize our device very much. And the same goes for all the colors here. We can set various different colors for all the various different options there as well. We can even set the font. As you can see here, we have the default font, but we can even choose more, and here we have like Noto Sans, for example, which is the Android default, and we have various different recommended other fonts that we can use as well. And I think more online fonts, and you can go to Themes app and you can download even more fonts here from the Themes app. As you can see here, it's like recommending you endless type of fonts, so you can really customize your device the way you like it. You can set up the size and the font weight as well, the way you like it. Then we have AOD, so the always on display. Here we can set more styles, and we had much more styles here that you can see that we can add. We can even like have custom video, GIF, picture or text on the AOD. We can not only have portrait orientation, but as you can see here also landscape orientation and behavioral AODs as well. Like I think by default this one here was set, which is like when you're climbing, when you're walking somewhere up a hill or something like this, or you just want to have like your pedometer in a graphical way. It's showing you how much steps you did, also in a graphical way, which is quite nice. And you can set up whatever you like to, which is quite nice here. The moon, if you want to, for example, those are the ones that I used before. And here the salted fish and animated AODs as well. I have now this Earth one, of course, because it's matching my unlock behavior. We can set up the AOD like always on display is turned on, and we can say be always on or only for 10 seconds after tapping, which is recommended to save a little bit of more energy. We have a custom schedule so that it's only showing up in the daylight, and for example in nighttime I don't need the AOD because I'm not looking at it. So, and auto off when battery is low is also a possibility. So you can have it also always on, but when the battery is getting low, it's turning off itself, which is quite interesting. So you can set this up, very customizable here. And even the fingerprint can be set up. And as you can see here, we have various different fingerprint options that we can use. This one looks very cool, doesn't it? Or this one here as well. Or this here. It's also pretty cool. So you can set up the fingerprint that you like to use. I think this one here is my favorite right now. And yeah, these are the customization options in the personalization option, but there are even more under home screen settings where you can customize how the icons are sorted. So by default you can see I have the icons sorted like this. I don't have an app drawer here, so what I can do here in the home screen settings is first of all home screen badges. I can set up the badges for various different apps. As you can see here, they're showing numbers here. I can say a specific app, like for example, I know that I don't know, Instagram is sending me thousands of those badges. I can turn this off if it's like disturbing for me. And I can change even the badges from a number to a dot if I want to, so it will only display dots, as you can see here, instead of numbers. I like numbers, but you can choose what you want. You can choose the icon layout by 4x6 or 5x6, so it's more dense than on a large screen. It makes sense, I think. And we can change the home screen mode for a standard mode, but we can also enable a draw if you want to, or a very simple mode if we need a very simple kind of device for certain usage. Then the swipe down home screen, we have two options. One is like the search, which is like a search of a global device search, or the top panel. So if I swipe down on my home screen, I have my top panel showing up, which is quite nice. And then of course we have lock home screen layout to lock the home screen layout. App promotion reminder icon shows a special icon when an app has special activities such as sales or promotions. You can turn it on or off. This is specifically useful for ZTE applications. Let's turn it off here. I think AliExpress is also working with this, but it's not working with Amazon or anything else. App autofill empty spaces, so you don't have any empty spaces. I don't like that. We can loop the screens when you go to left and right. I don't like it, so I turn it off. Home screen entering animation after unlock, so you have this animation. You can turn it off if you don't like it. Z board is a special board that you can turn on. Let me turn it on. If you go then to here, it will show you newsfeed and weather and other things. You can customize it as well. You have a WeChat scanner, WeChat payment and so on. This is optimized for the Chinese market. I really don't need it. This is why I have it turned off by default. You cannot change it to Google Board sadly, but it's working nice here. Then the recent app style, we can choose the default behavior, which looks like this, very Android-like, but also the grid style. When I apply this, it goes out of this, but then we have this grid style, which is quite interesting, which shows a little bit more here, and for this large of a screen it fits pretty nicely, so you can choose whatever you want here and what fits your needs. So these are the personalization options here. There are many more options that you can set up for personalization of your home screen, like notification and status bar, which is quite interesting. We can configure our app notifications here, so which apps should notify you. So you can configure this here on an app level. show on lock screen, so we have the possibility to show specific notifications on the lock screen, how to show them, like all notifications or sensitive content only when unlocked, or don't show notifications at all on the lock screen. I like to show notifications on the lock screen because it makes more sense for me. Screen wake up, turn screen automatically on when I receive notifications. I have this off because I don't want to be bothered every few seconds with notifications and the screen turning on. Home screen badge icons, again, you can set that up here. And full screen notification style, you can set up even how the notifications will appear in a full screen style, like a simple notification like this, and you have to expand it, or you have like the full traditional notification that is already expanded. So you can see they have nice graphics here explaining everything, how it will look like. Then we have status bar icons, so we can set up various different status bar icons. Like for example, if I don't want to have like the HD voice icon showing up, you can see here above it's gone now. If I turn it on, it's there again. So I can turn off and customize certain things here as well. Network speed, I can turn on network speed, then it will show you my network speed as well. And yeah, various different other things I can turn off if I don't want that icons to show up. Like if I don't use mobile data, I don't need like the signal strength indicator there. Those kinds of things are possible. I can configure the battery icon, how the battery icon will show up here as well. I like it to have next to the battery. It's easier to read as inside of the battery, but I know many of you prefer maybe another way. So you can change it up here as well. And yeah, we have the pull down from the top to lock the screen, which is quite an interesting option. And then top panel style. So we have two panel stylings. The one is the traditional one. You just pull down and you get like notifications and your quick toggles. Or what I chose here is swipe down from the upper left or upper right corner. So left for the notifications and upper right corner for all my quick toggles. This is like the new kind of style. Good that you have the possibility to choose it here, which is quite interesting. So those are basically all the customization options when it comes to the optical customizations. Let's check out the sound and vibration options, because we have also various different sound and vibration options, like auto mute media volume when your phone enters a silent or vibration mode, which is quite interesting, so you don't get disturbed by TikTok suddenly be full sound on. Then we have, which is quite interesting, never saw it before, default button control, where you can say the volume buttons, what should they do? Should they control music, video or games, or should they control the volume for the phone, like the ringtone? Do not disturb mode, you can turn it off, you can schedule the do not disturb mode, you can allow certain persons to contact you in do not disturb mode, which is quite interesting as well. Ring in silent mode, you can turn it on and off. You have ringtones here, various different ringtones, and those ringtones are not only ringing, they are also like reacting. The vibration, if you have vibration turned on, they are reacting to the ringtone, so they vibrate in a different pattern according to the ringtone, which is quite interesting. And of course you can download even more ringtones and notification tones, and you can set them up for your SIM card even. And then we have incoming voice calls, vibration. This is what I said. You have the possibility to have it like automatically adjust to the ringtone, or you can use a standard waltz or jump one. With DTS sound, which is enhancing the sound, I would really recommend you to have it turned on. Then we can turn, or even dial pad tones can be changed here from silent, DTMF or piano even. Screen locking sound can be changed, very cool. So very customizable options here on MyOS that I did not really see on other operating systems here so far. Charging sounds and vibration, touch sounds, screenshot sounds, low battery reminder. You can even set the ringtone to fade in, so if someone calls you, it's like fading in, it's not directly disturbing you, and the haptic feedback can be set up as well. So these are some of the customization options, but there are some special features as well available. So let's check out those special features. They're called Sync Mind, which is like AI optimized. Like for example 5G smart communication. It tells you again what it's doing, and you can go even to settings to set this up here if you want to. Go and have smart network speed ups, like for example dual Wi-Fi speed up. So you can turn on dual Wi-Fi, where it will connect to the 2.4 gigahertz that you might have and a 5 gigahertz network in parallel, and that allows you to faster download speeds, but also the network quality gets better, because usually you are connected only to one, and then when you are out of reach, then it might connect to the 2.4 gigahertz and might jump if you are in between them, and sometimes you have like slow network speeds, and so you can just avoid it by using this dual Wi-Fi network speeds. This will turn off, of course, if you have the possibility or if you want to share an hotspot, because they need a second antenna, but this is possible. Mobile network speed up, you can set it up to speed up your network using your mobile data, which is quite interesting. There are some carriers already providing this as well, like if you have like the bandwidth, the cable or whatever you're using, it's not fast enough, they provide you also with a SIM card, and then they're using both in combination to speed up your network. You can also use this here with in conjunction with Wi-Fi, so you can use Wi-Fi and your mobile data to speed up your device. So very interesting here, and many other options that it's doing, and AI optimizing stuff. And AI system engine is also talking about your system, like you can have system running speed ups, memory schedule mode can be turned on. So I have intelligence reservation right now, but I can change it to pure background, minimize memory usage, or try to keep applications running in the background. So I can optimize this here. Never saw that before. You know that some apps are killed in the background usually, and here you can set up the way how it should work, like kill them early or kill them late, which is quite interesting. And AI cache fusion can be set up here, deeper compression algorithms for apps and memory. Go to settings, and then I have the possibility to extend my RAM capacity from 12 gigabytes with extended RAM, and it's using just a little bit of my internal space to boost the RAM here even more. It needs a restart, but it's working nicely. And speed up for longer running applications. This is what it's doing, the AI and app speed up times, as well as game speed up and battery life improvements. So very interesting that they have this as an option here. Then we have some other things like Z Smart Sidebar, which allows us to see a little sidebar here. Let me try to figure it out. We can create a GIF here. We can play video while the screen is off, for example, which is quite interesting. So even if you have YouTube without premium, you have the possibility to just turn off the screen and YouTube is still playing in the background without noticing that the display is off. We can open messaging and gallery here. We can configure this to add more shortcuts that we want to, and we can even rearrange them. And you can see here one key lock, for example, one key speed to optimize our speed. So it's not only apps, but also shortcuts like capture the screen, intelligent touch, my voice, pin something, record the screen. Screen stays always on, so if you're reading a little bit longer or you want the screen to be always on, you have the possibilities to customize this here the way you like it, which is quite interesting and quite a very flexible way of configuring these things here. You can set up how to activate it, like by swipe or by a gesture. So I can swipe to activate it. I can also tap on this field there, and it's also activating, as you can see here. AI scenario commands, we can turn it on based on the scenarios, automatically recommends recommended features. So if you're playing back a video, it's of course giving you the recommended always on display, display off and play in the background option, for example. Such things. And we can automatically hide it in full screen, like I don't want it to appear when I'm playing some games. And we can also set the transparency to non-transparent or more transparent if you want to. Then we have floating window option. You can see it's also giving you the instructions how to use the floating window option, which keys to press, how to use it, how to move, how to resize, and so on. Very interesting. There you can see the animations as well. So we could like put it in a floating window here if we want to. Let's go back and let's go to Intelli Touch, which is quite interesting because it allows you with two finger press to identify a text or an image, and you can do certain things with this. So this is what I use, for example, for, let me go to the gallery. For the screenshot here, I have the screenshot for the latest update that I got with MyOS 13, but I cannot read it because it's in Chinese. So I hold my two fingers here, press and hold. It's now using the Intelli Touch to detect the text, and I have a full screen translate button here. It's analyzing this, and you can see from Chinese to English, and it's just putting the English text on top and telling me exactly what has been updated, and I can copy the translation even if I want to, which is quite nice. But it's also detecting like the text itself. You can copy the text itself, edit the text, have image recognition as well. In this case it's not working, but if you have like a bag, a pair of shoes, pair of headphones, it could recognize this and give you like the possibility to buy it directly from a shop, which is quite interesting as well. Let's go back. So this is Intelli Touch. We can also have an app blacklisting, so that it is not working for a certain app where you probably need 2 fingers, like for example the gallery app that I'm using right now. Usually when I'm using 2 fingers I want to swipe around or make the stuff bigger or smaller. And the same happens in KineMaster or something like this. I want to have 2 fingers to swipe and make it smaller or bigger. Z voice only works in Chinese. It will also tell you it's only available when you set your language to Chinese, which is like the voice assistant from ZTE or Nubia in this case. Then we have phone use balance, which allows us to see how many hours I'm using certain things. I can also restrict this if I want to, which is quite interesting as well, or have a notification reminder. Then we have under features, lots of more features here, which is quite nice, like sliding switch option. So this is like this little button slider that we have there, and by default it is like opening and exiting the street mode of the camera, but you can also set it up like to be switch for the sound mode, like to go into silent mode, just like on iPhones or OnePlus devices, which is quite interesting. And you can open the flashlight or voice recorder or even the game space. So these are the options that you have here, which is quite interesting. System navigation you can set up, like for example left and right swipe, and the virtual navigation. But also when you go into gesture navigation, you can configure it. Like for example, I want to have Z voice. I don't need Z voice, so I disable this one. Avoid miss operation by swipe gestures, which is quite interesting, which tries to intelligently avoid those miss operations. And display bottom indicator, you can turn it on or off if you want to, which is quite interesting. So if I have it on there, you see it there just the way you like. But we have also the back sensitivity for the left and right edges. This can be set up here from 1 to 3, which is quite interesting as well. Then we have the one-handed mode, which is turned on, of course. Just swipe down here, and one-handed mode is necessary for this device because it's such a big device. To reach certain things, it's very good to have like this one-handed mode. Then we have a Z pop, which is another option, like this little bubble that pops up on the screen, and you can move it wherever you like to, and you can perform certain things. I'm not sure why this is popular, but some people want it, and you have the possibility to customize it the way you want. Then record screen, which I'm using right now. You can see I'm using sound source mic. Can change it, of course. Video quality high, and record touch interactions and stop recording while in a lock screen. So I can even turn it off and show you the lock screen if I want to, and have like a notice there as well. App duplicator, so we have the possibility to duplicate some applications like Instagram, TikTok X, Mac Pro 24 FPS is like simulating that's TikTok right now. This is why it's showing up here, otherwise it wouldn't show up. And yeah, Telegram can be also, but usually all the chat or social media applications can be duplicated here as well. Screen edge mistouch prevention is possible as well. You can turn it up and customize it even the way you like it if you have some issues there. And mistouch prevention in general for the pocket is also on here, and improved mistouch prevention also when you're calling is also on, which is quite interesting. We have gestures and motions, another very customizable option here. Double tap to the screen to wake it up, and double tap to make it go to sleep. And then free swinger swipe to up for a split screen option. Not sure if this is working here. Yes, it's working. So I'm now in split screen mode, and I can just simply start another application that allows split screen. Hopefully this done does. Yeah, and now I have split screen. Very easily done, very quickly done, very nice. Free finger swipe down for a screenshot, raise to wake, auto answer calls, which you can also configure, of course. Now it's showing you how it's done. You just like put the device on your ear, and it's automatically answering the call. Pocket mode, if the phone is in your pocket and not in silent mode, it will vibrate and ring at full volume when a call comes. Also very, very useful, because yeah, you have it in your pocket and you need it to be a bit louder maybe. Flip to mute, which I really like. So if I want to have my quiet time, I can just flip it to mute, and it's not ringing anymore. Snooze for alarm alarms is also possible here, and change to the earpiece. Turn off speakerphone when automatically, if you have like speaker turned on, if you just hold it to your ear, it's automatically changing to the ear piece instead of like a speakerphone. And shake to turn on flashlight, which is like a very interesting option, because this allows you just shake the phone to turn on the flashlight, which is very useful already on Motorola phones, for example. Very good that they also implemented this. So basically they have so many options here, so many configuration options, schedule power on and off, accessibility options en masse. Everything can be customized here. I like MyOS really, really much for its customization, because we have very much of customizations, very much of the possibilities that you are searching on other phones. Is basically combining all the best bits and pieces of other operating systems or Android skins together here in MyOS, which I really, really like. And these are only a few glimpses of this. There are of course some other options, like in battery mode we have battery saver, ultra battery saver, turbocharging that we can turn on, apps control AI. So I have the possibility to say this app used to be system controlled, but my chatting application never kill this, so I control it. We have some more settings like scenario AI optimizations, optimize when app is not in use, turn on sleep mode for apps and so on, and turn off specific things like GPS, Wi-Fi and so on when I'm in sleep mode. I can schedule it, like when I'm really sleeping I don't need Wi-Fi, I don't need GPS, I don't need or even turn airplane mode on. It's very powerful customizations here that you have with the Nubia Z50S Pro and MyOS 13, and all the MyOS 13 other devices probably as well. And the storage, I just want to show you, we have of course like the possibility to see our storage, but also clean our storage, and gives you advices on how or what to clean up. In this case, I cleaned it up already, only 11 megabytes to clean up, but still very, very nice and very powerful, this MyOS version that we have here. And I can really highly recommend to try it out, because there's so many customization options. And I have to say, it's getting one of my favorite skins right now because of all the customization options that I have, and the knowledge that I have the possibility to change stuff the way I like it. So what do you think about this little walkthrough? It's almost half an hour now of MyOS 13 on the Nubia Z50S Pro. That's everything for this video. Hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. Until the next time, bye.